Okay, in this video, we're going to show you some of the basics about your user extensions. We're going to add an extension real quick just to show you how everything works. Once you log into the system and you have your username, your password, you have all your menus up here. Mainly, you're going to be working with applications. Okay, you're going to go applications, extensions. Okay, we already created a user called test three test, and we give it extension 333. I'm gonna just click on it so I can show you what some of the things that you need to know. Okay, here's the test name that we gave it. So if you ever wanted to change the person's name, let's say you have a new employee, so you go new employee. Okay. So let's say that's all you wanted to change. You go all the way to the bottom, you hit submit, um, then apply configurations, and after that your new name of the extension is new employee because that's why you changed it. So let's say your new employee wants to have a um, different password and different email, right? So when you go down to voicemail, you click enabled. You can change his voicemail password to, let's say, 555, right? 5554, right? That's his new password. And your new employee, his new email is new@employee.com. Okay, so here, if you want to email his attachment, you click yes. If you want to play the caller ID information, yes. If you want to play the envelope information, you play yes. And if you want to delete the voicemail, you put yes or no, your choice. So you go down to the bottom, you hit submit, and it's telling me to put in a valid email address. Gotta put it because I put something weird and fake. So let's go back and change that to eee.com. Okay, that should allow us to input that email address. Okay, so he did apply configurations, and now you that employee has his new password, has his new um, um, email address as well. Let's say that you wanted to add some custom features to this employee. You go down here called VMX Locator. Okay, so normally it's disabled. Okay, that's what it looks like, disabled, and that's what it looks like, enabled. The way that this works is, for example, the employee on his voicemail would say, um, I'm currently away from my office. Please leave a message. Or if this is an emergency, press number one or number two or number zero, and you will be connected to my cell phone, right? So, an example, they can say, press zero to be connected to the operator. So, let's say that we had a ring group set up for you already, and your operator's ring group is 601, right? That's where your operator would be. And this would be vary by client, but I'm just giving you an example. So let's say the employee can say, you know what, if this is an emergency and you need to contact me, press 1 and you will be connected to my cell phone. So when they press 1, right, you will put their cell phone there, 562 uh, 5 uh, 555 1212, right? Or the employee can say, or press 2 to be connected to my manager's cell phone, right? So your manager is 562 444, right? So now when they hear that voicemail, right, the user can press 0, connected to the operator, or they can press 1 to your cell phone, 2 to whoever other cell phone that you would want, right? So you go ahead and click there, submit, excuse me, and click apply configurations. Okay, so it's very important that the user has the voicemail set up for that. If not, those features will not work. Keep that in mind. User has to set up the voicemail first in order for those features to work. Now, you can also go into the follow me settings, right? And so we only have one extension. It says here, choose the user or extension. We only have one. So let's click on this user's extension. So normally this user extension is 333, right? So let's say, for example, you wanted to ring your cell phone at the same time as your extension, right? That way you both. This is the way that you do it for both at the same time. Remember, the other one would ring your extension first. They would get a voicemail, and after that, they'll be given the option to connect to your cell phone. This particular option allows you for your extension and your cell phone to ring at the same time. So what you would do is you would put in one, your area code, your phone number, right, plus pound. Very, very important not to forget pound, right? So let's say that you wanted to ring for at least 30 seconds, right? You can change that. And you go down here, submit changes, and apply configuration. You always got to apply configuration. So now what you just created is when the call comes in, your extension and your cell phone will ring both at the same time. So just to recap, right, you go to your extensions. I'm going to create a new extension so you see how that's created. Let's say you have a new employee. You want to give him extension 334, right? And his name is Joe Smith. Okay. So you go Joe Smith. You can leave everything kind of default. The main things that you need to figure out is the security password, right? It could be password 123. Never ever use password 123. This is just for training purposes, right? So do not ever use those passwords, right? So you go down here. You don't want to create a new user. You put none. You want to enable his voicemail. Enable it. His password is 123 for his voicemail. Okay. And if you want email, it'll go to his email, right? Attach all that good stuff so you can set up. And those are the main things that you need to worry about. Everything else, please do not touch in the system, right? We're going to do submit and apply configurations. So now you're going to have Joe Smith here, and that's going to be his new extension. This is how you create virtual extensions as well. So let's say Joe Smith is just a virtual extension, right? Joe Smith does not have a phone in your system. So the way that you do is you come into Joe Smith, right? And you go to add follow me settings, right? The same way that we did earlier. But instead of ringing that extension, right, you put his cell phone number there. Okay, so you go 1562 555 1212 pound, right? So now hit submit and apply configurations. So you just created an extension for Joe Smith that is 334. So let's say your receptionist needs to transfer a call. Let's say they need to call Joe Smith. Instead of dialing his entire cell phone, you would just dial 334 and that will connect you to Joe Smith's cell phone. That's how easy the system is to operate. I will continue to do more videos. Thank you.